Game number 4, ladies and gentlemen, on the map Arabian Basin. Currently 2 wins for Suppe, 1 win for Nullus. We'll have to wait and see what these guys are going to pick, but their god pools are slowly shrinking in this matchup. If it goes to 7 games, they've got to play 7 different gods. Every matchup different, every game counts. We'll see how it's going to go as we're moving in onto this game. Spawning at the top of the map, playing his final Greek in this series. His name is Nullus, and he's playing as Hades. Spawning in the bottom of the map, playing his final Norse in this series. His name is Suppe, and he is playing Thor. This is incredibly spicy, ladies and gentlemen. If you follow the current meta, the current tier list meta, while you could potentially say one god is better than another god overall, what ends up happening if you boil it down to matchup versus matchup, oftentimes it ends up that Norse is better than Greek, is better than Egyptian, is better than Norse, is generally the circle. It's not that simple. Maps play a big part of it. Strategy plays a really big part of it as well. Metagaming, all these things can come in. You can win with any god against any god in any situation, given the right strategy and the right amount of skill. So you already see the walls coming up here from Suppe, as he's going to wall this in completely here, prevent Nullus from escaping his base. It's a very, very naughty early game strategy from Suppe, but he does like it. And Nullus here, he's going to be trying to throw his granary down out here and only to realize that he can't get out there. He has to walk all the way around here. He might be finding himself walking over onto these zebra here. This is such a brutal early game decision by Suppe, and this is hurting. This is going to hurt Nullus a lot as his villagers here now starting to move across the map. They can't. He hasn't noticed it yet. Maybe he goes over here or something. We'll see where he's going to go. It's a very, very long distance. He could move in and just shank the walls down, but it'll take a hot second as some more villagers moving forward here. What's he going to try and do with these villagers? No, he's going after the rhino. As the villagers... Oh, God, that's so much damage to his economy here. That's going down so slow. You can just feel Nullus's heart sinking in this moment, ladies and gentlemen, because he kind of knows that he's made this commitment to push forward and that he regrets it immediately. I think that was something like 30 seconds there to get through that wall. And, oh dear, we'll see how it's going to go. I imagine there's going to be already a temple up for Suppe. And he is already going to be putting pressure out onto his opponent here. Probably in about a minute as well. We'll see what Nullus is going to be able, if Nullus is going to be able to make this work or not, as he's going to be eating his rhinoceros over here and seeing what he can do. So now the Freya coming through for Suppe, as Suppe's getting out his Hersir on this position. Probably going to grab this relic. He gets the Scarab Pendant here. It's actually really, really big on this matchup. It's going to be able to allow his portable rams to get a little bit more damage against buildings, which is kind of cancel out the advantage that Hades has in this matchup with the bonus of his buildings as well. As we see the he's not going to get the wall up, right? He is going to get the wall. You got to bring all the villagers. You have to pull it. Oh, God. We see the Ajax coming through here to deal with this one. Try and take out that Skraeling and take the wall down. Will he get there in time is the big question. It looks like he will get there in time. The wall going to be finished up here. This location over here going to get broken down. Can he pull through? Yeah, he can retreat through that. That's so brutal by Suppe. He's continuously... He can't get in. He can't get in there, ladies and gentlemen. There's so many villagers getting pushed off. This is so brutal. Soup's early game genius here in this game is coming through, and it's you've got the Valkyrie coming in. There's no bolt for the Valkyrie here either, as the villager going to get taken down on this position. We see the Valkyrie coming in to try and path block just a little bit, get one shot off. That's going to be one villager kill over here. He's going for as many as he possibly can. Two villagers potentially. We see the Ajax coming in here to defend as the village is pulling back. Not only this, but Suppe is also going to have enough units here to probably stop any sort of fast second town center here in this location as the villagers retreating back into the main base, because he can just gate this wall, come in over here and stop this from happening. We see another villager going down, the forest fire coming down as the villagers have to pull back, but the army swinging in. He didn't pull it in to take out the villagers though. Oh, he could have taken out even more, but the forest fire is down. Doesn't actually get that 50 wood kill that normally happens. Doesn't pick up. Does he get this villager? He gets another villager. He gets another villager as the archery range gets dropped immediately here for Nullus. Suppe's advantage here is astronomical, ladies and gentlemen. He has picked off so many villagers. Suppe is only at 16 villagers though. So technically speaking here, Nullus does actually have a villager advantage in this game. Don't ask me why. Maybe Suppe was not training villagers as fast as he possibly can. Maybe he built out, well, I guess you trade the Skraeling for the Ajax, because they train at the same time. You trade a little bit of time for the dwarves. I don't think it should be that much. There's so many villagers killed. I think Suppe must have cut villagers or something. I don't know. I don't know. There's now the Valkyrie swinging around here, going to look to try and get some damage done over here. The house going up on this position. Will we see the house getting up in time, or will the raiding cavalry come in and get some damage done? Nullus does have the resources. He's going to throw the wall down. Is he going to be fast enough? He's got a micro. He's not micro. He's not paying attention here. The army does make its way through onto this position to take out some villagers here. We'll see if he's going to get anything. The Sentinels is already out. This villager over here might get caught out. Looks like it's going to make a break for this tower over here. Looks like it will be making through there at this point, as the villager's going to return back over onto this rhinoceros. He's got himself the Minotaur. He's got himself a couple of Toxotes here. The army getting some more hunt over on that location there as the house is up in the middle of the map. We've got 4 military buildings down now for Suppe as he's ready to go full spam here, full send. He's getting houses down. His economy hasn't been touched at all. Retreating back out through this gate over here to get himself to safety. The army a little bit wary of this. There's 3 hearse here to deal with that Minotaur, plus the raiding cavalry to take down those Toxotes. So Nullus has to pull back into his base, just about out of goats here. He's going to have to start throwing down farms and everything else here. We'll see how it's going to go as the Ajax here is getting caught out as well, trying to figure out somewhere or something to kill here as the villagers now moving up to take away some of what is Nullus's hunt here, as well as the hyenas on this position. As Suppe is dead set on trying to wall in Nullus in this game. It's really, really smart. It's one lone wall to break down these locations here. As the Ajax will indeed get finished off. We see one raiding cavalry chasing that Ajax down as it's going to go down. We see the army now pushing forward here, try and take down the Toxotes on this position. We see one throwing axeman getting taken down as the raiding cavalry swinging through over here as well. Got the walls coming up. He will get the long wall up first, but the medium raiders might be able to swing through here. And yes, they do. Getting in onto this position to try and take down a villager here, as it does kind of get caught out, but the army is back to defend. We've already got like mass Toxotes through here for Nullus. Let's see if that's going to be enough here. But the problem for Nullus is he needs to get some farms down. He can move over onto the zebra here and grab that for the time being, or try and move forward and grab the middle location. He's still got the villager advantage. It's very, very close here. 30 villagers to 27, as it seems like, I mean, you have to count 7 dwarves as approximately one and a half extra villagers. So in essence here, the villager differential is equal to some degree, but Suppe's gathering from hunt, so he's getting a lot more resources than the Nullus is, as the army pulls out of position here, going after a raid here as the village is going to be retreating back. He is trying to speed walk these to safety here as best as he can as his villagers running through. We've got the raiding cavalry trying to get us around. He just needs to target them down, get a couple, like just accept one villager kill here. And he's not going to get it. He's not going to... Oh, the villagers don't garrison. Yes, they do. They do garrison, but now the villager raids coming through. Two villagers going down over there. 3 villagers going down on this position. As they're going to be pulling back, we see a town center up though for Suppe now. This is huge for Suppe. It will slow down any pressure that he's going to be having here, but he's got 2 town centers. He's got the middle of the map under control. We do see Suppe moving over onto the zebra now, and that's going to be the remainder of the hunt there. There is a rhinoceros here potentially, which Suppe could go after. Restoration on this position wouldn't go astray as the villagers could turn around and fight this one. We do see the army coming through on the back there as the villagers currently sitting idly by, trying to grab this one lone rhino on this position as Suppe's moving forward. Restoration does get dropped through here. Will Suppe decide to keep fighting this? No, he's going to be pulling back here as the villagers moving in onto this rhinoceros. Dead set on grabbing the food, getting as much hunt as he possibly can. He does have 2 farms down at this point, can throw down a couple more as well. As a raiding cavalry searching around on this map here. Nullus might want to consider, I mean, it looks like he is getting some favor income, so he might want to consider some more Minotaurs here to hold on, because like those Toxotes are great, but if the raiding cavalry gets some sort of a surround here, he's going to be in a really, really difficult position. But that's kind of it at this point, as it does look like Nullus is somehow, some way, making his way back into this game. Even though Suppe's now got 2 town centers, he's going to be starting to pull ahead in the villager lead. The hunt, there's really doesn't seem like there's that much hunt left in this game, and especially with all those Toxotes being out here looking for raids, it's going to be really, really brutal as we see the raiding imagine forest fire right now. The raiding cavalry could come around and snipe those down, but those Toxotes are getting a lot of free kills over here. He's losing some to the town center, but no problems there as the raiding cavalry come through here to try and take out those villagers. The Minotaur trying to pick off a raiding cavalry here as the villagers pushing forward to try and grab a town center in the middle of the map. The Toxotes retreating back over here. A couple of villagers do end up going down as the town center is now clicked up. Nullus loses a ton of villagers here, but that's a lot of raiding cavalry picks as well, as the Toxotes is going to be moving across the map here at 4.2 speed at this point here, where Suppe effectively at this point needs no... Basically, he needs no throwing axemen. He needs nothing but raiding cavalry here. Farms starting to come out. Lots of herdables remaining in the main base here for Suppe. Economic upgrades here. Doesn't have husbandry. He's not getting it either. He doesn't have husbandry. He doesn't have plow. Wait. Yeah, no husbandry, no plow, no pickaxe here. As the Toxotes are going to be looking for dwarf kills now on that location as the raiding cavalry come in to try and take this town center down. Not able to do so here on this game, in this game, as the Toxotes coming through, trying to deal with this a little bit. The Toxotes retreating back over here, a little bit out of position. He's going to try and pull back over here. He does have that Minotaur. Those 2 heroes going to be a lot here to defend as the raiding cavalry swinging around the back here as more Toxotes coming in. Will Nullus be able to just turn around and take this fight? Or what? He's not fighting over here, pulling back into the town center for the time being. These Toxotes over here all getting picked off. He's just trying to retreat back. Good micro thus far from Suppe here. As the Thundering Hooves has come in to help out so much here in this fight. Gets so much HP, so much speed as all the units retreating into the town center over here, pulling out on one side, pulling back in. He needs, basically Nullus needs hoplite here like yesterday, but he just hasn't had the food income to be able to produce them. He's doing a really good job of defending though. So we'll see if he can somehow manage to get the food income. Now he's currently eating his hunt over on this location here. But Suppe does get a big advantage here from all of that. One thing that Suppe also is going to need to do really, really shortly is throw farms down. I wouldn't mind seeing him using this town center as a little bit of surface area to get some efficient farms on that one, as well as potentially looking to grab this town center over here as a raiding cavalry now moving across the map. They've got their eyes probably set on a second gold mine here, and there is only really 1 second gold mine to be grabbing for Nullus here, over here. And Suppe has to know that it's about to be the case, but he finds some villagers over here for the time being. Lots of villager kills going to be coming through onto this position. 2 villager kills down, 3 villager kills down. The villagers trying to retreat back, but that's a lot of deaths there from Suppe. He kicks off every single villager. Look at that villager differential now. It's starting to really, really favor Suppe in this game. as now Nullus is looking for some sort of return fire here, but there is really not a whole lot that he can really attack here. There are these dwarves over on this position. The Minotaur going to be a lot of help here. Raiding cavalry searching around. He doesn't actually check that gold mine. It's a little bit surprising for me because that's, if I was Nullus, I would expect there to be villagers there. I would just expect there to be villagers. In fact, that's exactly where they're going. As the raiding cavalry going to swing through here, try and get in on to the back of these Toxotes here, as Nullus will have to be retreating. He might actually just turn and fight this one because he's going to lose a lot of units here on the back foot, but he does get himself a little bit of a decent concave as the raiding cavalry. A lot of those raiding cavalry currently moving around the back of those Toxotes, not doing all too much, but that's a lot of deaths here. We see a preemptive copper mail of Thor coming through for Suppe as well here, as the rest of these Toxotes will be getting cleaned up. Suppe going to be in an incredibly good position now moving forward, and he's going to be able to go after the gold mine straight after this because Nullus drops from around about 100 population, 120 population down to 60 population there. After all is said and done, the villagers retreating away over on this position as the raiding cavalry does get taken down. We see the raiding cavalry pushing in onto this position now. He doesn't care. He can just attack the town center, tear it down. Those raiding cavalry don't do that much damage to a town center, but there's just so many units here. And it doesn't matter that he takes some losses here because all those villagers will pop out and he'll be able to clean up every single one of them, pumping more and more units out. Does he have himself pierce armors? Yes, he does. Pulling a couple of units off of here. We see the army or the villagers popping out here as they're going to try and get some good defense done onto that town center there as best as they can. But Suppe going to retreat back over or return back over onto this position. He still only has 4 longhouses here. I wouldn't mind seeing him just retreat like maybe a Throw and Axeman or a Hearser or something and drop a couple more longhouses down. Look at the farms in the main base right now for Suppe. His economy is absolutely gigantic here in this game. Lots of gold in the bank as well to spam everything. He could get himself Shield Maiden Valkyrie as well with Aurora Borealis. We'll see if he's going to grab that upgrade. He's got a lot of favor in the bank. Villagers popping in and out of this town center, trying desperately to hold on in this game here. As the villagers still doing their best, but he's going to be losing them ever so slowly, getting a lot of value here as the raiding cavalry are now going to push back over here, try and take down these Toxotes yet again as the Ajax pops out, going after the Valkyrie, getting some good damage done over there. A couple of Toxotes pull out over there, but on this position over here, Suppe does win very, very hard as the villagers pop out here, going for the repair yet again. Suppe still sitting very healthily at 130 or 130 population. Ajax goes down on that position, and in the 16th minute here, Nullus does tap out, not able to hold on after that brutal early game that he suffered from those walls here. You have to ask the question, why Nullus didn't come up to these zebra here. Yes, there's only 4 zebra. Yes, 1,000 food is more than 800 food, but this was free food to grab. He could have taken the wall down a little bit later with some army. He would have been completely fine to do that. And he would have been able to grab his rhino in the classical age instead of going for in the archaic age, but making that big mistake in the early game, not playing around the walls, which Suppe invested in. Because honestly, in the end here, yes, the walls only cost like, 15, 18 gold, and he built 2 of them. So you're looking at something like 36 gold total. But 36 gold in the early game is quite a bit of an investment to throw down to stop someone getting some hunt here. And you can just play around it. Just play around it. But Nullus couldn't work it out at the moment. And Suppe gets the dub. Suppe now on match point here. Nullus got a mountain to climb, but Suppe has got no Norse remaining. And this is where Nullus's god pool should start to shine through. We'll see how it's going to go. We'll see what Suppe's going to pick here. If you guys are enjoying this series, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.